It is Friday, May 20th, 2022 at 11:56 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Mitch Miller. This is my video journal. Today we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, what I haven't talked about, but what's in the news right now, namely women's rights, abortion. As you've probably guessed from reading, if you've read any of my writings, I am pro women's rights. Any rights we can give women, I'm for it. I think that because their bodies are different, they carry a baby and bring life into the world. Because their bodies are different, their bodies typically don't grow as big and as strong as men's. I believe that they should actually have more rights than men. So I'm all for equal rights. But I think because of the unique situation of there being two genders and one is definitely different and has more complications to it, I think women should have more rights than men, and that's just my personal opinion. So any rights we can give to women, I'm for it. That being said, obviously, I believe a woman should be able to decide whether they want to have a baby or not. And here's my thought process. Women die every day giving childbirth. There are millions globally that die every day or every week from childbirth. We have not made birthing 100% safe. So if a woman is facing a potentially life or death situation, she should have the right to terminate that situation. So in essence, abortions are life-saving procedures. They save the life of the mother, and we live in a world where if there's even a percentage chance of a risk of death or of safety, of unsafe conditions, we legislate the hell out of that, right? DUI law, people can drive drunk and make it home just fine, not kill any pedestrians or anything like that, but we've written the law so that you prosecute people for future crime, for crimes that they haven't committed yet, just because there's a potential that their motor reflexes are impaired and that they could kill somebody on the road. So you legislate that way, but if a woman's facing a possible life or death situation, you want to force her to carry that baby clear to term and wait till the last second to see if she is going to die from childbirth. So and a lot of this is the medical technology, the medical industrial complex, and where they focus their attention, right? They haven't invested the resources into making childbirth safer, to reducing the amount of women that die from childbirth. I mean, the rate has gone up, especially among African American women in the past several years. So the medical community hasn't poured its resources towards that. They've poured their resources towards keeping prematurely born infants alive in NICUs and making the baby viable at an even younger age if they're prematurely born. So that's an interesting concept. You have NICU, prematurely born babies tend to have more health defects, health problems, so their quality of life is lower, but we've pushed for even younger and younger prematurely born babies to be able to keep them alive. And we haven't pushed for making sure that women can safely give birth to children, no matter what their socioeconomic status is. And this has repercussions globally where there isn't real good health care in underdeveloped nations. If you outlaw abortion here, then it makes okay makes it okay for these male-dominated societies to outlaw it in nations where a lot more women die giving childbirth. And so there's that. The second thing is that the reason we legalized abortion is because women were still getting abortion just in shady situations where they were bad conditions and they were dying from getting an abortion. So it's just like the war on drugs. It doesn't work. If you make drugs illegal, it doesn't work. People still use them. You just incarcerate more people, and more people die because you don't have regulation. You don't have clear warning signals or warning labels with dosage recommendations, things that can be done if you legalize that stuff. So there's that. There's women that are actually being prosecuted for miscarriages, for murder. This is ridiculous. This is insane. So there's that. And again, if you're the party of fiscal responsibility, if you're the Republican Party, the party of fiscal responsibility, it comes down to cold, hard dollars and cents. Do you support bringing a child into the world that is going to be a leech on the taxpayer money for at least 18 years? Or do you support a woman of 19, 20, 25 who's been a tax-paying citizen for 5 or 10 years? Shouldn't you support that person's choices and their health and not kill them off so that you can have a leech on the taxpayer, on the budget? I mean, they just got to the point where they're tax-paying citizens, and I think you should support their choices. They should have more rights than something that's going to be an 18-year leech on the tax coffers. So that's dollars and cents, cold hard facts of it. You should support the rights of women who are of tax-paying age. So there's that. The other thing, my friend that I work with, Nick McCall, was just telling me the other day that they've found statistical links to higher crime rates when abortion is illegal. When abortion was made legal, the crime rates dropped after so many years because there were less unwanted babies, unwanted children running around. So again, if you're the party of law and order, the Republican Party, you're passing Supreme Court decisions and legislation that is going to increase the crime rate. The statistics are there, it's proven. So again, your rationale isn't true to your party. You're not being fiscally responsible, and you're not reducing crime, bringing more law and order to the country. So those are my arguments. I'm pro women's rights. Whatever women decide those rights should be, I'm for it. Whatever logical, fact-based, rational, reasonable women that don't cling to not fact-based news, I believe whatever they decide their rights should be, I support that in any way I can. So that's my take on it as of right now, and that'll develop more as time goes on. But at the end of the day, men who control most societies shouldn't be telling women what they can or can't do with their bodies. It's a lot. George Carlin said it. It's about ownership, and men. A lot of men are still under the mentality that they own their women. Now, I, coming from a working class family and where I grew up and went to high school, I had that mentality at one point until I went off to college and met people and had discussions, and I still evolve every day. But I did have that mentality as a 16, 17-year-old. Even in my 20s, I had some mentality of ownership over a woman, and that's wrong. You shouldn't own any other human being. And I apologize to any of my past partners or anything for if I ever even exuded that mentality in any way, or towards any of my acquaintances or interactions I ever had, because I've changed my thought process greatly since then. And it's kind of, I don't know where it comes from. Some of it comes from the media, some of it comes from your home life and how you're raised, but college broke me of it, and that's why it's a good institution to believe in, the university and colleges and higher education. So that's pretty much all I have for today. This is how I'm closing my, I guess it was a 10-day run of these videos. And so my only time to do these videos now will be when my wife is at her Pilates classes in the evenings, and when I think of good subjects, I'll continue to do them, probably until the memory is full on this computer, because this computer is pretty much worthless. You can't update the software anymore, the operating system. It's only good for making these crappy videos with bad sound. I could store some things on it, I guess, files and documents, which I might do. Haven't decided yet, but again, I leave these videos up to the people of the University of Pittsburgh, the staff, faculty, students, and alumni, to vote on how they should best be used. Now, I can't help that I had my phones in front of me when I did these videos and their microphones, so there might be audio captured on those devices, but at least this video and this audio on this formerly owned by the university Apple computer can be left to the people of the University of Pittsburgh to vote how they should be used and how they should be released. So thanks for watching, and I'll continue to make these series, and if something should happen to me, I hope my spouse or my friends will release these videos onto the internet officially, because I'm sure they might be passed around on the dark web or something, but to officially release them, which I might do even if nothing happens to me someday. So if you'd like to see that, write to me on one of my websites and let me know that I should release these videos and how you want me to do it. Thanks for watching, and join me next time.